Welcome back. Today, things are looking much better. Bitcoin is climbing back and could be ready for another breakout. And why is that? Because today we have several big things happening, including a big new ticker coming out. No, not for crypto, but for MicroStrategy, or I should say strategy now. And also something huge that just got approved within the United States. So let's discuss these things. And there are several other things I need to talk about. So let's get started. First things first, as you guys know, I'm not live because I got somewhere to be. But let me go through everything there is to know today. Starting with Bitcoin's price, we're at 98.7 roughly, which is $2,000 higher than a day ago. So obviously we fell down to 96.3 just a day ago, and we have now climbed back to almost 99,000. And I do believe we can be crossing 100,000 by the end of today. And I shared my reason why last night, and I'm going to share it again in a little bit during this video. But what is going on today? First of all, the US market looks mixed, but there's something big, there's something exciting that relates to crypto. Bank of England, though, across the seas, Bank of England signals that they are going to be cutting more rates, which is good. Right now, that's what we're waiting for. We want more rate cuts, including here in the US. So tomorrow, we will have a big jobs report, an unemployment report. So we're looking, hopefully, to see that the number of jobs added isn't like blowing up and unemployment isn't going down too much. If they're a little bit better than expectation, okay. If they're in line with expectation, great. But if they're like blowing things out of water in a good way, then that kind of signals no rate cut. And even Trump recently said he approved that Powell did not have a rate cut recently. But overall, I think everyone is on the same page. We should have more rate cuts. However, this whole tariff situation with Trump kind of changes the game, because we are going to raise or impose tariffs on a lot of goods coming in. How is that going to affect things? We don't know, right? Because everything's been put on hold. Are we actually going to put tariffs? And what is that going to do for inflation? If price of goods really start going up, then that means inflation is going to go up. Then that means the Fed will really need to cut rates no matter what, right? But just want to show you guys this, and also something else that relates geopolitically is Canada. Trudeau is kind of panicking right now. He has obviously caved to Trump's demands, sent 10,000 troops to the border, but he is going to start trying to reduce the U.S. reliance. At least that's what you have to do as a leader of a country, right? But it's kind of hard when they're neighboring the U.S. So we'll see how that goes. But getting to my point, what is this big thing, that relates to the U.S. market today? Well, that relates to this. In case you're not aware, first of all, I gotta say Strategy, not MicroStrategy. They have rebranded themselves. It's called Strategy now. And they are coming out with a new stock. Okay, so it's not a conversion or anything. In case you guys are interested, this new stock called Strike is I was doing some research into this. So this is supposed to be a low volatility stock. And I don't know if there's some kind of mechanism to make it low volatility, so a lot less volatile than MicroStrategy MSTR itself. And they're giving you fixed income. So that's why there's a fixed yield of 8%. So this is completely different. You're getting upside exposure to MSTR. You could do a conversion, a 10-to-1, only if MicroStrategy stock hits 1,000 plus. So you can't do a conversion now. Okay, but eventually MicroStrategy stock keeps going up. You can convert 10-to-1, and you get this 8% yield. So this is coming out today, and $80 a share. Now, if you do the math, if it's really a 10-to-1 conversion, then it should really be worth 1/10 of MicroStrategy stock. And MicroStrategy stock, I keep saying MicroStrategy, strategy stock is like 330. So in my opinion, this will probably drop to about 1/10 of strategy stock's price. But I may be wrong. Maybe a lot of people just want that yield. 8% dividend is quite high. A fixed, it's not a variable. 8%, that's way better than any interest rate or CD or anything else that you could get from a bank. So we'll see. And I don't know how this is going to affect MSTR. I don't know if MSTR symbols go change. Because a lot of people may be looking to convert that into Strike. But why is Saylor doing this? Well, he's going to raise $563 million to buy more Bitcoin. That's why. Because he wants more Bitcoin. You know what? Man, the guy is not going to stop. And it's going to contribute to the ever-increasing supply shock that's happening right now in front of our eyes, right? Not only him and strategy, but the ETFs. Yesterday we had a low ETF day, but still it was a very positive day, and ETFs continued to add more and more and more into their funds. Very rarely outflows, but even when we have outflow days, we have way more inflows than outflow. And today, we got a new approval. This is huge from a state. This is not like a pending legislation. This is approval. So now New Mexico can invest 5% of their public funds into Bitcoin. This is found in Arizona that already got approval for 10%. So we have now two states, that can officially put money into Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin as a reserve. This has never happened in Bitcoin's life. This is the first in history, guys. This is a big deal. And if you look at the map, this is cool. There's a new map called bitcoinlaws.io, and you could see, you know, all the pending legislation and the states that have been approved already. It's fantastic. Eventually, this is all going to turn orange. I love this. Again, this is why the supply shock is going to increase and why you don't want to be left sitting on the sidelines. And here, look at this. U.S. Bank, one of the major banks out there, reports 24 million Bitcoin ETFs. I think you guys get it. More and more FOMO. More and more FOMO. Okay, now, I'll get to my last point. Why do I think Bitcoin can be above 100,000 today? Okay, well, the funding rates, the leverage basically for Bitcoin has dropped to negative, right? Like every single time we have a big move, we seem to have this liquidation event. And, you know, whether it's exchanges like Binance or the whales or whatever, market makers, whoever's controlling the markets, tend to wipe out the leverage. And then we start over, right? And last night, I showed you guys this. We went to the downside. That's why we went to 96 again. You can't see it anymore, but yesterday down here was a whole bunch of yellow. Going down to the 96 level, there's only one reason for that, to wipe out the longs. There were a lot of basically heavy liquidation levels right around 96. Now that it's been cleared, it's no surprise we are heading up. But my new theory, well, it's not a theory, but I think it is. Now we're getting ready to crush the shorts. That's how it goes. And this is on Binance, by the way. So I think it's Binance doing it. or some whales on Binance doing it. So you could see right here, there's a cluster of liquidation levels right around 99. Going up to it, 99.2, 99.4, and then you could see the heavy levels, 99.5, 99.7, 99.9, and then you go to the hundreds, right? So it would not surprise me that today we start heading higher, little by little by little. We're not that far off from 99 anyways. And then we start jumping, and then we clear 100,000. Now, I don't know, beyond 100,000, we're going to keep on going and sticking to where we were before, like 102, 103, or we kind of just hover around the 100 for a little bit. But I have a feeling we're going to surpass the 100 pretty quickly. And that could be because whales want to just wipe these guys out. We'll see if I'm right. It could come as soon as today. It could be very quick today, or by the end of today, or maybe even tomorrow. But I do think it's coming, guys. It's coming. But my point is, this is just short term. This is what I'm thinking today. But long term, everything I've been telling you guys about supply shock, states, countries, right? Companies, banks, all getting involved. Why is that? And what is it going to do? Because they believe, and it's going to cause Bitcoin to go a lot higher. A lot higher. So don't panic. Enjoy the ride. Continue to hold on DCA. And I'll see you guys tonight. Usual time, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.